this, a boy's best friend is his mother. And we defend our mothers. I know he don't have much relationship with his mom, but I know I have a relationship with mine, and I fight for the death for hers. So you are thinking of doing coming back to Physique in November. So what show are you shooting for?
I'm looking at the Tim Gardner Productions down in Fort Lauderdale.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know that's the Atlantic Coast. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's also it's both masters and open. So
Mhm.
you're gonna do the masters part or you want to double dip?
Um, it'll depend on how I'm feeling at that point, because those the open, those girls are big, 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 big. So
Yeah, yeah. I remember last year Natalia Correjo, after she lost to Sarah at the Olympia, she did that show.
yeah.
And the debate is that, if you're already Olympic qualified, just saw a show where we had a lady who's Olympic qualified doing the show. You feel like as a competitor, you got to think about it. Even though you're not going to be competing in the open, you feel like it's fair when you have to compete with somebody who's already got their spot. And it's just it's like I know I'm saying some competitors do because their promotion might pay them to do it, but you figure like there should be like a limit where you could compete at a show.
No, I mean, because they might be just trying to keep themselves close to that stage look for the Olympia. So, you know, if they can keep doing show after show until they get to the Olympia, then they'll probably just come in better. So, because I always tell when I coach girls, I'm like, what you do one show, the next show you do, you're going to come in even tighter and better. So maybe that's their thinking. I don't know.
hmm Now, your last competition was the Emerald Cup, and
Yes.
that's in Portland. I think Portland,
No,
Oregon.
Bellevue, Washington.
Okay, Washington. Okay. And you're doing figure. What was the critique from the judges? Did they give you any feedback?
Um, they gave me a little bit, but nothing too crazy. They were just like, "Oh, you need to bring up your backside," and and from a lot of people I talked to, they were like, "What? What are they talking about?" So um, I don't know. You just always have to go in there knowing that you're bringing your best. You're doing it for you, and you can't get hung up on all of that feedback that you sometimes agree with, sometimes you don't. So you just take what they give you and just go with it. So I think I've made some improvements since then. Um, so that's what I'm looking at. I'm also working with a guy in Illinois. I don't know if you know him, Derek Byman.
No.
Bynum. He's really good with nutrition and hormones. So, because everybody gets really hung up on the hormone thing and that they have to do all these TRTs and, all this stuff. And it's like, I don't know.
Well, you got to remember, women's bodies biology are different from men.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to set a plan different from, like, if you have multiple clients and you have a set of men, you have a set of women, you can't give the same thing to a man you give to a woman, because you don't, like, men, we have natural testosterone. It's in
Right.
our system. Women, you do have to use some kind of TRT or some kind of pid to build that level of muscle. That's why it's a lot harder for natural competitors, because I interviewed a lady, her name is Sam. She competes natural, and it's a lot. She told me, like, she did the Pittsburgh uh, early this year, and she told me that she was told she get bigger, but she's a natural competitor. And she said again, it's harder for you natural competitors to get that certain level, and especially when you're much older, you're much mature. It's one thing to try to bring in certain, like bring up your back or bring your backside. It's not easier for someone who's younger because your metabolism is different.
Definitely.
But when you're a woman and you're more mature, it takes a lot more work and more time.
Yes. And
Mhm.
then, he tries to do it through the nutrition and the food. And so I've been trying that. And I don't know. I feel like I've made some gains from it. His workouts are a little bit different. So they're a lot harder.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Uh,
hard.
they're tough. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. So,
He's
but
like
yeah,
He's like a taskmaster. Go, get you.
I'm just glad he's not there because then I would be. He would probably be like doing the whip.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I said again, it's tough for you women to bring a certain level, a certain look. I mean, not everybody can be Andrea. Genetics is one thing, but like I said, sometimes it takes a lot of hard work to get to that certain level.
Right.
Here we have a comment here from my man KL. He says, um, shout out to KL. He says this. He says, here he goes. He says, "Do you like taking photos a lot, and who do you like to work with in photography?" So, how often you take photos? How often you take because I saw pictures you posted on your IG. So you
Yeah.
like taking.
I like taking photos. I think it's fun. You work so hard, and it's nice to show it in different arenas. My daughter-in-law is a really good photographer, so I work with her a lot. George can take us. I'm going to be doing a shoot with him in September, and I can't wait for that one because I'm going to do like a Princess Xena theme, Princess Warrior. So that's going to be very cool. Uh, let's see, who else have I worked with? His name is Marcello. He's from Reno here. Mr. Photography is what his Instagram is. Worked with him. So yeah, I do enjoy taking pictures, and it's fun.
Yeah, there's some ladies. There's some people that work. Where's some people I know who? One guy I interviewed. His name is Sean. Sean. I forgot Sean's last name. I know it's guy. It's in the back of my head. He does a lot of photography. He's out of Vegas. There's also Annie Vecchio, who a couple years ago I got to meet at when I went to my first Bible show in Savannah. She does Muscle Angels. I know a lot of women do a lot of photography, especially after shows, because when you're shredded, you're cut, you really want to get that look before you start back into your off season, and you're bulking up. I know as a fan, we just love you, ladies. Your shape, you're just so amazing. But the fact is, that's something you can't maintain year round. It is tough to maintain that stage look because and truthfully, you're dehydrated, you're tired, you're hungry. I know after the show, your last show, where's that thing you wanted to eat the most? Where's that thing that was calling your name, Miss Cathy? Where's that thing that makes you stranger?
Yeah. It's so weird, but I never like go too crazy because I'm like, you're so tired by the end of the day, and everything is just like after the Emerald Cup. One of the girls I coached, she did the MPC. We were going to go out and we were going to have just so much fun, but it was pouring rain. We didn't have a car. We didn't really want to get an Uber. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and by the time we got done, so we went back to the Airbnb that we had, and I had some prep food, and we did buy some cookies. Cookies are always a plus with me. And that's what we had. I was like, okay, this is fun.
Yeah, I know food is both a weapon and tool for a bodybuilder, especially the right foods. I know everybody loves their cookies or anything sweet or anything salty. It's just food is just something about, it, especially being a big dude. Here we got a comment from my man KL. He says, Mama's boy. Yes, I'm proud of being that. I know his sons is proud of being that. So don't be a hater. Be a congratulation. Also, he says this. He says, would you want to be bikini if the women are too big in your division? As you know, if you look at the girls in bikini now, some of them look like I would say almost I would say they go back to like the early women's body. Actually, I think even bigger than Richard McLeish or Corey Everson. Now, if you look at the division.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've thought about it, but I don't know. Physique has just always been my thing and that I love. But I have thought about going to bikini. I keep joking with my friends. I'm going to end up having to go into bikini because they just keep getting bigger and bigger. And I think I would do well in bikini. Just I wouldn't have to do much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a lot easier because some bikini girl says, "Oh, it's a lot harder for us," but you got to think about it. It's not as hard compared to women's bodybuilding or even physique. You have to really put on more muscle. And also the judges, one thing, I mean, the judges tell you, like, we want this and this and that. But then you go you see how the divisions are starting to look like where someone like Andrea Shaw could probably say a Sage or someone like Italia Cuejo. You look at even the women in figure now, where they look like they could be physique competitors. I saw one lady, she competed at Tampa. She looked like she could be a physique competitor,
These,
but she's doing
yeah,
figure.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's not like it was when I first started at all, not even close. So,
yeah,
and the only, I've always told people, I earned my pro card on conditioning. I've never been the biggest. I've always been very conditioned, and I think that's where, and my stage presence. That's where I think I've done the best. I like at my pro debut, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you look like a little pea up there next to some of those girls," and I'm like, "I feel like one too." But my conditioning and my stage presence, I guess, is what they were looking at that day. So, and you never know. Show to show is different. So you just go in there, do your thing, and whatever
yeah.
happens.
Yeah, judging, you might get a different judge from one show to
Yes.
another.
Yeah.
I've seen when one won one show, but then turn around, she takes second in another show.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's all about who's in front of you, as I've often have heard. Here we got a comment from a man, KL. He says this. He says, "What's your favorite cookies?" So you have a favorite?
Yeah, the OCD cookies. Anything with peanut butter.
Everybody loves peanut butter. I mean, I like a good old fashioned chip ahoy or maybe some Oreos, something like that. I mean, I don't eat cookies that much. I'm more of a cake and bun guy than I am cookies. Here we have here. This is from my man KL. He says, his comment. He says, "This wait a minute, it's coming up." He says, "Do you do